Kitchen magic happens here on Cook Africa, and so I'm inviting you over to be a part of this week's magic as we cook something very indigenous, as you can see from the ingredients we have lined up here. Cook Africa is brought to you by Gino Tomato Mix. So let's go for a break. When we come back, I'll introduce my guests and then we start cooking. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for staying. Before the break, I told you the show is proudly sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix. And so let me let you in on a little kitchen secret. You know one of the ingredients that can make your stews and soups taste great? Yep, Gino Tomato Mix. It's thick, it's red, it's rich, just the way you like it. Gino Tomato Mix is your go-to for that unique blend of tomato concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that makes every meal pop with flavor and color. And guess what? It is enriched with vitamin A, D3, fiber, and zinc, treating your family to tasty and delicious meals. With Gino Tomato Mix, you can never go wrong. It gives your meals that deep red appeal, rich texture, and mouth-watering goodness every single time. So go on, make your next meal unforgettable with a thick, red, rich Gino Tomato Mix, because Gino, as we say, truly cares. Now, before the break, I told you we are cooking something very indigenous, and my guest today is someone who has deep roots in heritage and diverse cultural background. And so, with that being said, and the ingredients you can see, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome, let me just say Kwasi for now. Let's welcome Kwasi. Thank you very much for coming,
Thank
sir.
you.
And I know that people of Bodomase will be on their screen like, yeah, that's our man. But thank you very much for coming. Today, what are you making for us?
As you can see, we're going to do garden egg stew and plantain.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So we'll get right into it.
Right.
Let me suit you up.
Okay.
What will you say is your go-to meal to make?
Is the usual abomo, contomere.
Okay.
Typical Ashanti man.
Okay. So for those who are hearing abom for the first time, contomere should I help you with this?
If you don't mind, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
So abom is contomere in the earthen way. Because we all know contomere stew.
Yeah.
But then you say abom and you
Yes.
mentioned contomere. So I'm a little bit confused. How is abom different from contomere?
I mean, with the contomere stew, you do it with the gushi and all that. It goes on the fire.
Right.
But the abomo, you just boil it up a bit and just grind it in the earthen way.
Right. So currently you are the district chief executive for Kumewu Bodomasi. Setre Kumewu District.
Yes.
But how, before now, how was growing up for you?
So I was born in Tema.
Okay.
Yes, I grew up a bit in Tema. Started school in Tema, that was actually. And then my parents moved to Kumasi. And I had to live with my grandparents because my mom was working.
Right.
Yeah, so we lived in a family house with the whole family. So I grew up in a large family home.
Yeah. And so what will you say? Because behind the scenes, I was already telling you some of my highlights growing up. And I told you, because my mom was a teacher, we moved around a lot.
Right.
And I grew up part in the Volta region and part in the eastern regions. And I told you some of my highlights, which are a little bit embarrassing. So I'll not repeat it on television again. Take us through the ingredients. You've already put the garden egg on fire. So take us through the ingredients. So
we've got it. Okay, let me start from here. So that's the salt, ginger, garlic, peppers, tomatoes, and onions.
Right.
And then we've got some fresh fish. So the tuna, Kobe, which is tilapia, salted tilapia. And then we've got that one, I don't know the English name for it. Momane?
Yeah.
Yes, that does the magic.
It does the magic all the time.
And then some eggs and the plantain.
Right, right. So you were about to tell me some of your highlights growing up.
Like I said, there was a big family. So
right.
there was about my granddad had 14 kids, and we were all in the same house. And the grandchildren were about 15 or 16. So it was all fun. Like there was always very noisy house, a lot of love. Everyone looked out for each other. So yeah.
So you say you grew up in the indigenous Ghanaian family where
Family home.
your
Ashanti Kumasi home.
Your extended family can always correct you.
Yes, yes. And I mean, that also instilled a lot of discipline in us. My granddad was a disciplinary. So, I mean, the church was there. We'll go to church, Presby Church, Boys Brigade, you go for practices. So we had a very sort of stable upbringing.
And what was education like? Everything in Kumasi?
Yeah, everything in Kumasi. So I started off in a public school, actually, because we were waiting to get into a private school. But I think the waiting time was quite a bit. So I had to start in a public school, Wesley College. The people in Kumasi know Wesco, they used to call it. So we started Wesco and then eventually got to Cambridge International in Kwadaso. And then from there I went to the best school in the country.
Tell me about it.
You tell me.
I would say GIJ.
The best boys' school in the country.
The best boys' school. I'll be biased because a lot of my brothers attended Legon Presec and so
No, we're talking secondary.
Yeah, Legon Presec.
In the Ashanti region. Even though it's best in the country, it's Prempeh College. So
Debatable. But then we'll go with that for now.
Yeah.
So what next do we do?
Right, let's chop the onions. Okay. Yeah, so I went to Prempeh College.
Yeah.
And then did sixth form. I went to TI Ahmadiyya.
Okay.
But I wrote my A-levels in Tech Secondary.
Okay.
All in Kumasi. And then afterwards, I went to London. So I spent most of my life in London. Did my university in London, lived there until I came back 2017.
So that means you are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
But growing up, was being an entrepreneur, because I don't think anybody sets out to be an entrepreneur. But so when you were growing up, what was that one thing you knew you wanted to be? I wanted to be an air hostess.
Right. So I wanted to be a businessman. I'll tell you a funny story. So in Prempeh College, normally the first years come in a day before the whole school comes. So we come in with the school prefects.
Right.
And they would normally ask everyone what we want to do. And it was the usual doctor, lawyers, accountants. I think I was the only one that said I wanted to be a businessman.
Right.
And I got beaten for that.
Why?
Yes. I actually saw my senior when he came to my restaurant in London.
Yeah.
And I saw him and I told him, well, I told you I wanted to be a businessman. And I became a businessman. So I'd always wanted to be a businessman.
What will you say triggered that response? Because that's quite, as young people, we have I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, especially in Africa. You get lawyer, doctor, engineer as top. But then you off the back just said, I wanted to be a businessman. What do you think triggered that? Was there any experience in your life that triggered that?
Yes.
Okay.
So my grandfather is Mr. BMS's brother.
Okay.
The cigarette ITG. So we're all, my grandfather, my mom, most of the family were all involved in the cigarette trade.
Okay.
And my mom was a regional director in Techiman,
right,
which is a very strong business town. So I think that's where I got the whole business thing from. So I used to sort of go to Techiman market,
right,
selling some of the cigarettes and anything that I could lay my hands on. So I think that came from there.
You mentioned that you spent most of your time in the UK.
Yeah.
How was life out there?
Oh. It was very different when we went. So, I mean, young guys, we go to town, And things weren't as difficult as it is now.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we had fun. It wasn't so bad as it's became now.
Yeah.
It's become now. Yeah.
But clearly, you mentioned your restaurant out there.
Can I keep going?
Yeah, sure. Keep going. Do you need
get,
me to help you?
yeah,
Turn this on.
Turn that on. Then you can put in some oil.
Oil. Okay. What kind of oil?
Vegetable oil, please.
Vegetable oil. Let me know when that's enough.
No, let's get a bit.
I believe that the food is sweet, but the story and the gist is sweeter. That's why I'm a journalist. I like gist. Tell me, so when you got to London, clearly you have a restaurant out there. How did it start?
So I didn't go into the restaurant business.
Okay.
I was there. I mean, I went to school. I went to university there. And then afterwards, I did the usual jobs. I started working with ASDA, which is Walmart. I go into the graduate scheme, so I was a sort of a retail manager.
Right.
And then I worked for some time. And I think it got to the era where the home shopping started becoming a thing. So I was part of that team that started the whole online shopping with ASDA.
Yeah.
But after working for a few years, I thought, you know what, this is a business for the future.
Right.
I left being the entrepreneur I am, got myself a van, and started to do my own deliveries. Yeah, so that's where it started from. And then through that, I mean, the food, sorry.
Don't worry.
Food was always a part of me. Like anyone who knows me knows, like you come to Tom C's house, I'm always cooking.
Okay.
I find it very therapeutic. So when I'm stressed, when I'm anything, you find me cooking. So yeah, I thought, well, why don't I put it into business?
Right.
So I started Tom's Kitchen, which was a pop-up restaurant, and I was moving about within London. And yeah, so.
Right. So what next?
We'll cut up the tomatoes, let that heat up a bit.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we'll put it in.
So we'll cut up the tomatoes too. Now, you started your business in London, pop-up, but then before the pop-up, Tom's Kitchen, there was delivery.
Yeah.
So when you started the pop-up, did you let go of the delivery?
No, I was doing both of them. So the pop-up, I was running it on Sundays. So Sundays, I would do the usual Sunday special, omutuo, TZ, and konkonte. I don't know if you know that one.
And you did that yourself?
I did all of it
alone?
Myself. Yes.
Or you had a small staff?
No, it was just myself and my friend.
Okay.
So we'll cook it in the house and then pack it up and go and set up wherever we'll be for that day. Yeah, I did all the cooking myself.
And then what next?
Because
you sound like someone who wants to do a lot.
I always want to do a lot because I feel, I mean, there's always so much to do and to explore. So yeah, I was doing those, and then, I mean, the whole Ghana fever came in that I wanted to come back home. Actually, no, let me go back a bit. So at uni, that was where the food obsession came in, because I used to hang out around central London.
Right.
And I never saw an African restaurant in central London, like Zone 1, whoever has lived in London knows. Okay. So that became a thing for me, that I was so focused on trying to get a Ghanaian restaurant in central London.
Right.
Yeah, so that was what I did for my course, my project work at university, to build a 250-seater restaurant in central London. This is very difficult.
Why?
I'm trying to concentrate and I'm still trying to talk to you.
Men cannot multitask.
I agree.
No, but I'm enjoying the story. And so right now, I'm keeping tabs.
Right.
So there's the delivery van, there's the pop-up, and then there's the restaurant. Onion comes. Should I?
Yeah.
Let me know, or I should put everything.
Yeah, all of it, yeah. I think we're using all of it.
Okay. So there's the delivery van, there's the pop-up, and then now there's a 250.
Oh, no, that's, I'm just telling where it started. So that was a project I did at uni.
Okay.
So I'm just telling you about the restaurant thing.
Right.
That has been there from when I was at uni.
So
and that was my project that was sitting there waiting to be done. And
okay.
so the start with the pop-up, the intention was to build into an actual restaurant at 250, what I did for my project.
Right.
So I started to even look. And you know, in London, you need to get the permit to set up a restaurant. And for some reason, they will not give you a permit for an African restaurant in central London. I know now they have them, but back then, it was very, very difficult.
Right.
So then I thought, well, let me just bring it home.
Then you came home.
It was part of the requirements. Before they could give you the license, it has to come from the roots where the food originates from. So yeah, and I thought, well, I might as well just come.
Shortly, we'll talk about family, because you're talking about making money. And what I gathered is that you can cook. And nobody would tell me that a man who can cook. Look, we are out there in church praying, not because we want a man. We want a man that can cook.
Really?
Yeah. Why?
I'm one of the few ones.
Yeah, so you can't tell me there's no family, which we'll come to shortly. But then when you came back to Ghana, what was the plan?
So I started off with the restaurant, but the main thing I came with was to trade in gold.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was a gold trader as well as a restaurateur. And I started the restaurant. It went very well. And I was still trading the gold, but I think around COVID, we had issues with COVID, with the gold trading, and also the restaurant.
Right.
So I had to go downstream to do the gold. Instead of the export, I went down to the mining sites in Ashanti region. Yeah.
I will want to talk a little bit about the gold bit, because right now we are plagued with galamsey. Before COVID...
Are we really going to have that conversation?
Yes. How did it affect your trade as a gold trader?
Okay, during COVID, before COVID, we were very good.
Yeah.
And then during COVID, I think we had the whole blanket shutdown. No one was going anywhere. So, I mean, as a country, I started to propose a lot of things that we could try and sort of get the government involved so we can still move the product. But I think that took a while. And then we had a whole lot of things that came into the trade. They introduced a withholding tax. I mean, there's so much that came in. So I, for one, I just sort of withdrew from the whole trade thing. Right. But afterwards, I think we got it right, and then they started doing it again. Right.
I mentioned that there's no way we are not going to talk about family. And hearing you talk, I hear a lot of work, let's make money, let's start this business. But when did family come in for you?
I started very, very, very early.
Really?
Yes. So my first son is 24 now.
He looks so young.
Do I?
You do.
Well, how old do you think I am?
Early 40s.
Wow. God bless you.
You are not in your early 40s?
No.
Let me take another guess. Mid 40s. You know. You are looking at me and smiling. So let me stretch it and say late 40s. You look really good. So it should be late 40s.
I'm 50.
So I was close. Late 40s.
Early 50.
I was close, but you look really good for your age.
Thank you.
So you are telling me about your family?
Yeah, I've got 3 kids.
Okay.
2 boys and a girl. Africa. I started family very early.
Right.
I got married at 25.
There's a lot I want to ask, but just finish your story.
Can we leave that there?
Because it's hard for you to hear a man say, I got married at 25. It's more of a woman's thing.
Is it?
Can I say this to you for you?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
It's more of a woman's thing to hear that they got married very early. So, did you meet your wife in London?
Yes.
Okay. And let me be nosy.
We are normal.
Oh, okay. Then I'll. But then, so now it's just you and your children.
Yeah.
And you
No,
enjoy being a dad?
they are with their mother.
Oh, okay.
In the UK.
Okay, okay. So now you are back in Ghana.
Can I?
Sure.
Okay, sorry.
You are back in Ghana, dabbled a little bit into gold.
Yeah.
And then what next?
Did a lot in gold.
Yes, did a lot in gold until COVID.
Yes.
And then what was next for you?
So the politics came in.
Okay.
Because I've always been interested in politics, but I didn't expect to go in mainstream.
Right.
But having come and lived here, I realized, we could all play a part.
Yeah.
To help change things in the country. So yeah, I went into politics.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you were born in Tema.
Yeah.
So why Kumewu?
Kumewu, that's my hometown.
When it comes to politics?
Yeah, that's my hometown. That's my grandfather is from Kumewu, my father is from Kumewu, my grandmother is from Bodumase, which is all within the same district. And my mom is obviously from Bodumase. So it's been, and because we spent so much time with my granddad when we were kids, we used to go there, and I love the place.
Right.
Anyone who knows Kumewu, what I loved about it is before you get into the town, BMS had this beautiful house there, and that's where we used to lodge. And to see it, I fell in love with the place, and it never left me. Right. So I thought, well, if I would want to make any difference, I'll start from there. Exactly.
We've talked a lot about you, but then let me just commend this technique of cooking that I'm looking at.
What's that?
Because everything, you're just chopping everything easy to go. So now we have the garden eggs on fire. We have the tomatoes on the onions on fire. Let me just reduce that a bit. So what next for the food?
We'll get the garlic in.
Okay.
If I got the peppers. I don't think I would need ginger.
Okay. Yeah. So did this recipe come about by yourself, or you learned it from somebody?
The thing with the cooking, I think it just came naturally. So there's also another story. The first time I cooked for my mom.
You know I like gist.
I cooked for my mom the first time. My mom came to visit us in London.
Right.
And I thought, I'll cook for her. And that was the first time I tried my hands. So I had this other friend who was always doing the cooking. And I had him at the end of the phone.
Right.
And my first meal was chicken with granite soup.
That was bold for a first time.
Yeah. And I nailed it, to be honest. My mom was surprised. If she wasn't sitting there to see me doing it, she wouldn't have believed. So I think, the cooking comes naturally. Yeah. All I need to see is watch someone do it. And then,
So take us through what to expect. Now we have the onion, tomatoes. Garlic is about to go in. The pepper is already in.
Yeah.
And so after that, what next?
We need to get the garden eggs boiling a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll get our fishes in once the garden eggs goes in. And then maybe our eggs will follow.
Okay.
It's a very quick meal.
Yeah, very quick meal. Yeah. It reminds me of something I do myself.
Right.
I call it gari salad. I just wet my gari, chop everything, dump it inside. So when I saw you chopping everything, it just reminded me of that.
I will need your help.
Right.
Let's get
for this. But then let's go for a break so that by the time we come back, we just focus on the gardening. So just as the plantain, just as Kwasi has said, after this, the fishes will go inside, followed by the egg, and then we wrap up on the stew. So let's go for a break. When we come back, Kwasi will start with the plantain. Thank you very much for staying. Before the break, I was having an interesting conversation with Kwasi Amankwaa, popularly known as Tom C, who is the District Chief Executive of Setre Kumewu. he was telling us about his endeavors out there as a business person. But this time around, he's the district chief executive. So we are going to get to understand his role better and how he finds his new role. Tom C, thank you very much for staying. I see we are done with the plantain. Did anything go in whilst we were on break?
We put the fish, the tilapia, the salted tilapia, Kobe. And I put some of that, the momone.
Yeah.
I don't even know the English name for that.
It's Ghana's own secret, so umami secret. I was telling somebody that before the world got to hear about umami, Ghana, we were doing it long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that always does the trick. So that's gone in.
So what next?
Now I think, okay, our garden eggs is ready.
Okay.
If I can. And then we can put the plantain on.
Okay.
Whilst we finish off the stew.
Okay. So now there has been a big shift.
What do you want?
A spare bowl. Or a plate? Or
plate, yeah, plate with it.
There has been a big switch in your life. Because you were telling us about your entrepreneurship and business endeavors. But now you are into politics, you head a whole district. How has the transition been for you?
It's been quite interesting, the political journey. So as I was saying, from business, I was still doing the gold trading. I went to manage mining sites in Ashanti region.
Right.
And I decided to go and contest as a parliamentary candidate for the NDC in Kumawu. And this was, I think, 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to prepare the grounds for the general elections 2024. Unfortunately, we lost the MP in Kumawu, who happened to be my grandfather. That's my grandfather's younger brother.
Okay.
Honorable Philip Baswa, may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
So then that opened it up for a by-election in 2023. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yeah, sure.
The whole Kumawu.
Yeah.
Yes. So I had to stand in for the NDC as a parliamentary candidate in the by-election.
Right.
We couldn't win, but I mean, we gave them a run for their money. And yeah, so that went by, and then come 2024, which was the general election, I still stood in for the NDC in the district. Same, we couldn't win. It's Ashanti region, a strong NPP base, but we're hoping in future we can turn it around. So great thanks to His Excellency. He decides to appoint me as the district chief executive for the district, Seche Kumawu. And that's where I am now. But I feel it's still the same way. I mean, now I still have the opportunity to bring in all the good things that I've been dreaming of to bring to the good people of Kumawu. So yeah, that's where we are.
You assumed office not long ago. How will you describe your time in office so far? Before we talk about your vision for the district, how will you describe your time so far?
I would say so far so good. I mean, the staff, they are very welcoming, and now I think they are very clear what direction we are going, and everyone is very enthusiastic about it. They are all very supportive, very hardworking, and it's been great so far. And even the good people of Kumawu are also very sort of, I think they feel just like it is in Ghana. Everyone, there's always that feel-good factor, because people are now seeing some hope coming. So yeah, it's been very good.
So what next?
Let me leave this to simmer for a bit.
Okay.
I was a bit late with the Kobe going in, so we just leave it to simmer for a bit.
Good for me. That means we
so
can have
can get more gist.
Yes, I love it. I'm a journalist. I have a degree in it.
Hey.
So you mentioned that now the staff has a clear vision of what is the vision? So
Kumawu is one, I think Kumawu has the most arable farmlands in the country. And most of the people in Kumawu are farmers. So it's an agrarian community. And also we have beautiful natural resources.
Right.
So I thought we have to use what we have to try and develop the place. So we are looking at promoting the agriculture and then promoting tourism within the district. So yeah, that's been the two clear paths.
So what has been done so far, and what should we expect in the future?
With the agric, I mean, our able leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has a very, very good vision in agriculture, which is the Feed Ghana policy that he's brought about, so we can sort of have food security and be able to export food and make money out of agriculture. So we've tapped into that project. Now Kumawu is really leading that course. So we've tried to mobilize our farmers into product-based groups so that we'll know exactly what support they will need to be able to open it up. So yeah, we've done that now. We've mobilized the farmer groups. We've started conversations with the Feed Ghana coordinating directors, and now they are ready to sort of bring us the resources that we can use to push the farmers on the ground. So yeah, the future looks very good.
And how has been the response from the young people to the agric vision?
So for the young people, which was where the focus was, and that's why I got involved personally, because I mean, on the ground, we have a lot of a strong youth community there. So when we're doing the sensitization going on, I made sure we involved the youth, and I tried to understand, to explain to them why they should get into agriculture, because where they are, that is what they have. And if it's done properly with the right support and the right resources, you can make a very good living out of agriculture. And it looks like everyone is very positive. I think they are more sort of interested in the poultries and the livestock and the aquaculture, which is just as good. So yeah, they seem very enthusiastic about it. And
but before now, as a leader who is passionate about agriculture, before now, what do you think we were missing to make agriculture attractive for the young people?
I think culturally, we missed it from the ground. And what I mean by that is, I mean, growing up, when we went to school, we had a very wrong perception of agriculture. That we saw it as a form of punishment and all that. So we all sort of, we got distracted, we're not interested. And I think that has cost us so much. So now it's being left to, I mean, we just left it. And we're not really paying too much attention to it. Therefore, we are not giving them the resources, the training, the support that they need. But now, with a leader who has been a farmer himself, when he went home and sees what agriculture can do for us as a country, and now putting in all the effort, bringing in all the support and education that we need, I think it's going to transform the whole thing. But we until now, we hadn't really given it the needed attention that we needed to. I mean, sometimes I keep saying that, look, we need to look around us and see what we have. So yeah, the AIs, the robots, they are all good. But for us, I mean, we need to start to eat. We need to start to be able to feed ourselves before we go looking for robots and AI. So now that the focus is coming on agriculture, I think we'll have a place on the world stage.
And I'm really happy that we are having this conversation about agriculture, because where I come from, the Amejofe Ridge, I come from Biakpa. I have noticed, when I was growing up, I knew that place to be a hub for coffee growing.
No, that's the
I knew that place to be a hub for growing of coffee.
The garden X is going in.
So now we are putting the garden X in.
I mean, some people will blend it. They prefer it to put it in chunks, so at least you can have a taste of it.
I grew up seeing my people do a lot of coffee farming, and now you don't see that again. I also did a story about an abandoned tea farm, vast land, and when I spoke to some of the farmers, they had a well-structured system where people who worked on the farm had even pension scheme. So now that the farm has been abandoned, you just see the locals go there, pluck some, do their own tea. And I think if we zone in on agric, there are more things that we can discover in the country. For my place, it's just coffee and tea.
Yeah, and even I think it was Danes who lived there, and they introduced that.
Yes.
And yeah.
So for my place, Amejope and Davatime Enclave, yes, tea and coffee. But then I'm just imagining the other things we could discover in other regions, and even
I realized they could even grow strawberries there and apples.
And it's an untapped resource over there. And so I'm really glad that we are having this conversation about agriculture, because now it's even more trendy. You spoke extensively about agric in your district, but then you also mentioned briefly tourism. What's the plan for tourism?
Tourism, so we're looking at different types of tourism because of what we have. When we have 3 waterfalls in Kumewu, we have, the beautiful scenic views, the mountains. We have a game reserve with buffaloes, all the different types of monkeys apart from the gorillas, different types of cats. Yes, not gorilla, but the baboons. And then we have rare birds too, for bird watchers.
Wow.
So we have a wildlife sanctuary with one of the waterfalls. So out of the 3, so there's one very close to the sanctuary. There's one that's full of crocodiles.
Right.
And then there is a 3rd one, a huge one. There's 3 rivers coming together, and that's for, the entertainment and stuff. So we're looking at that to try and open it up and get people coming in. And then we've got a historic, Kumewu has a very rich history, even within Ashanti region. So I don't know if you've heard about the Trinidad Akodua story.
No, I've heard the name, but I don't know the story.
So let me tell you a bit. So Trinidad Akodua.
You know I like this. Let me turn it off so I can hear well.
Trinidad Akodua was the king of Kumewu.
Right.
And then when the Ashantis were going to war with the Brits, and Konfanochi needed one of the chiefs to sacrifice.
Oh, yeah,
and he offered, yes. So if it wasn't for Kumewu, Ashanti wouldn't be Ashanti.
Yeah.
So that story is there. We have his monuments are there that we can open up to the public. We have a festival, the Papa Festival, Papa Nentri Festival. So it's like we kill a cow, and then the king is the first person that has to go and cut. Kumewu people are known for our brevity.
Yeah.
They call us Mberma. It is oh yeah, Burma, you go and cut the cow. But once you attempt to go and cut it, you get beaten, like people are beating you. But if you're strong enough and you get to it. So it's a very interesting festival.
Right.
We've not had it for the past 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Before, because the previous king who passed away, we had his funeral last year.
Okay.
So next year, March, we're going to celebrate the Papa Festival. So that's also going to be part of the tourism package. And then we've got, when you go to Bodmasa, there's also a whole lot of folklore stories. There was a deity in Bodmasa who fought with death.
Okay.
And the place that they had the fight, nothing grows there. And there's a palm tree there that apparently he sort of hit death against, and it's sort of slanted. That's also there. He took the palanquin of death. That's in the museum. So and then after he defeated death, for 3 years, nobody was dying, nobody was giving birth. So that story is there.
Listening to you talk, I'm already making plans.
You should.
I really have to be at the festival.
You should be
because
there.
you said some interesting things that I like to experience for myself. And so I'm looking forward to the festival.
So let's get
and then
the fish in.
Okay, so the next thing going is
the tuna fish.
Okay. Right.
Just break it
so
up
you
a bit.
Flake it out a little bit.
Yes. Our stew is going to be very nice and rich.
I can't wait. Apart from just, I'm a known foodie.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I was just telling the crew a few hours ago that one of the reasons why I like hosting the show is I get first dibs of everything.
Exactly.
Asa, you can go home. So aside tourism, agriculture, are there other plans?
Okay, so as I said, there's a sort of we're a very young population.
Yeah.
good.
I'll not taste it.
I don't even need salt.
You don't even need salt because of the COVID, right? Right. So, apart from tourism, agriculture, what else should we expect from Tom C?
So we're looking to sort of develop the youth.
Right. Let me help
So
you with
we're
that.
looking at establishing a skills training center. Already we have a technical school there.
Right.
We're looking to start a skills training center
Don't worry.
to
I
be able
got you.
to train the students. But mainly the focus will be on agro
Okay.
because we want to develop along the whole food chain, get into agronomy and agribusiness and all that. So yeah, there's that. We're also bringing in a nursing training school
Sure.
in the community. So basically, what I'm praying for is at the end of my tenure, Kumawu will become like a big city.
Sure.
With all the lights and the life and the money.
Right.
And everything that a big city has. So.
And at this point, let me borrow your words. The vision is very clear. Especially talking to me, I see the vision. And I think on that note, we are done cooking, right?
Nearly.
We just have to wait for the things to get ready. And so you are still watching Cook Africa with me, Ethel Poplampo. I have Tom C in my kitchen cooking his special garden egg sauce for me. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, I'll taste the food and trust me, I'll tell you whether it's nice or not. Thank you for staying and welcome back to Cook Africa with me, Ethel Poplampo. Before the break, Tom C was telling us about his vision for Setro Kumeu district. And so if you just joined us, you've not missed a lot because we are live on Metro TV Ghana on Facebook, so you can go back, go watch from the beginning so that you get all the steps Tom C used in preparing his food. But let me remind you that Cook Africa is brought to you by Gino Tomato Mix. You know one of the ingredients that can make your stews and soups taste great. Yep, it's Gino Tomato Mix. It's thick, it's red, it's rich, just the way you like it. Gino Tomato Mix is your go-to for that unique blend of tomato concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that makes every meal pop with flavor and color. And guess what? It is enriched with vitamin A, D3, fiber, and zinc, treating your family to tasty and delicious meals. With Gino Tomato Mix, you can never go wrong. It gives your meals that deep red appeal, rich texture, and mouth-watering goodness every single time. So go on, make your next meal unforgettable with a thick, red, rich Gino Tomato Mix because we say Gino truly cares. Now, back here, Tom C, I think the food is ready.
Yep.
So, this is the plantain?
That's the plantain. I mean, we soak it in cold water, and that gives it a really nice texture.
Okay.
It's an Ashanti thing.
Yes, I see people doing it, but I will always wonder what will happen if it's not inside cold water. Because I do it without knowing why people do it.
It gives it a different texture.
I will taste, and trust me, I'll tell you whether it tastes nice or not.
Right. You tell me first, though,
No,
before you go public.
You cook it so you know it's nice.
So.
Will you need anything to help with this? Or you use your hand?
I use my hand. Okay. I've washed them.
Okay.
So.
The stew looks so good.
I hope it tastes good. I
hope so. Because I really want to use the recipe at home. It looks so easy.
I think I normally make cooking looks easy.
Yeah, very easy. You made it look so easy.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So
you can tuck in.
It's ready.
Yes.
I like food so much. Anytime I see food, I'm happy. Thank you, God, for this meal. First, let me. I like the silence. I feel like the most important person in the room.
Where's the drum roll?
When you said you wouldn't need salt again,
Yeah.
I thought there'll be a hint of salt in the food, but then it's like properly seasoned. It tastes great.
Sure.
Amazing. Amazing. I thought there'll just be a hint of salt, but it's properly seasoned. Now
Yeah,
I feel bad for
try.
judging you in my head.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was like, there will
Really?
not be salt in the food. It tastes really good. It's really good. It's really good.
But it's still a bit salty though, with the Kobe.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you very much for coming. But just as we are wrapping up, do you have any message for your people at Cetri?
I mean, first of all, I'll thank them, and I'll thank His Excellency for the opportunity. I'm praying that, all that we are looking at and trying to bring, God helps us to be able to achieve it. I want to assure, especially the youth of Kumawu, let's all get into this vision. I believe that is what would help us develop our Kumawu. Right. And as they know me for Kumawu Punto, and we're still at it. Right. And by God's grace, we'll get there.
Right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you too.
And I will really try this recipe at home. You at home also can try this recipe and tag us on social media when you try it. My name is Flavorful. I'll see you next week.